The champagne glass was still cold in my hand when security tapped my shoulder. "Ma'am, you'll need to leave." I didn't move. I looked at him first. My fiancé, ex-fiancé, standing at the center of his Miami celebration. Fresh white coat, arm around his mother, grinning as though I'd never existed. "She doesn't belong here," he said, voice steady. His mother smirked, leaned in just enough for me to hear, "You thought you were part of this family?" The laughter spread like a ripple through the room. Not loud, just sharp enough to slice through me. I smiled, placed my glass on the nearest tray, walked out without a word. They thought silence meant defeat. They didn't know me at all. Before the betrayal. We met in the library. He was broke, desperate, drowning in anatomy flashcards. I brought coffee, notes, a shoulder. I believed in him before anyone else did. $900 a month, $6,000 every term. My savings, my overtime shifts, my credit cards. He promised it was temporary, promised we'd build a future together, that every dollar I poured into his dream was an investment in ours. Late nights, ramen dinners, cheap wine to celebrate exams. We dreamed in whispers, in scraps of paper on our fridge. I thought I was building a home. He was building an escape. The first cracks. It started small. A locked phone. Study groups that ran past midnight. Trips he called networking. I noticed the new shirts, the sudden taste for expensive whiskey. His mother calling more often, her tone clipped, disapproving whenever I answered. Then one night, as he showered, his phone lit up. A message previewed bold across the screen, "She still thinks you're marrying her?" I didn't touch it. I didn't need to. That one line told me everything. I didn't scream, didn't confront. I memorized the truth and folded it neatly into my chest. The shift. I realized then anger was useless. Tears a waste. He wanted me to explode, to be the bitter girlfriend he could paint as unstable. His mother wanted me to fight for a seat at their table so she could laugh when she pulled the chair away. So I stayed quiet. I played supportive. I kept paying, smiling, cooking, asking about his exams. I let them believe I was still blind. And in silence, I planned. The plan. First, money. I combed through every transfer, every receipt. My name was on every check, every deposit. I built a paper trail that sang one truth. His success had my fingerprints all over it. Second, allies. His professors knew me as the girl who typed his notes, edited his essays. His classmates had borrowed my flashcards, sat at my kitchen table for group study. They saw me as the backbone, the quiet constant. Third, timing. I waited until the celebration, until the exact moment his world believed he'd made it. Because revenge tastes best when the spotlight is brightest. The execution. The morning after I was humiliated at that party, I filed everything. My financial records, bank transfers, texts where he begged for just one more loan, emails thanking me for covering tuition deadlines. I didn't sue for heartbreak. I sued for repayment, breach of contract, unjust enrichment. Words he could try to argue, but numbers don't lie. His scholarships hadn't covered half. Without my money, there would have been no degree, no party, no future to flaunt. The lawsuit wasn't just a demand, it was exposure. Every donor, every colleague, every institution he wanted to impress now had a copy. His mother called me, shrill, venom dripping through the phone. "You'll ruin his reputation!" I answered calmly, "No, he did that himself. I'm just mailing the receipts." The climax. Weeks later we met in court. He didn't look like the confident man in the white coat. He looked cornered, gray, unraveling. His lawyer argued love, generosity, gifts. My lawyer laid out the dates, the amounts, the promises in his own handwriting. And then came the final twist, the engagement ring. He had never purchased it. I had, with my own account. Exhibit D. The judge's ruling was clear. He owed me every dollar, plus interest. I watched his mother's face collapse, her perfect composure cracking in the fluorescent courtroom light. I didn't gloat. I didn't smile. I just looked at him, the man who told security I didn't belong, and thought, "You're right, I don't. I belong higher." The resolution. The money came slowly, in court-ordered installments, siphoned from his residency paychecks. A reminder carved out of every future success he thought he'd stolen free. He couldn't celebrate without remembering the cost. Couldn't toast his victories without tasting my name at the bottom of the glass. And me? I was free. Not ruined, not discarded, just lighter, sharper, untouchable. They thought I left that Miami ballroom defeated. But I walked out with something stronger than belonging. A plan. And now, a story I'll never have to tell twice.